Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to continue again with the Bose series review and information. Today, we're going to be looking at the F1 stack. The F1 stacks, I'm going to give you some brief information. The bottom is the F1 sub, and the top, of course, is the F1 top. It's the 812. The 812 has a 12-inch woofer and 8 2-inch tweeters in the array. The top is an array, so you can adjust where you want your mids and your highs to hit. You can run it with a sub mode or without a sub mode. With a sub mode, it basically disables the 12-inch woofer that's inside or changes the frequencies that come out of it so that it doesn't hit like a sub would. And it's 1,000 watts on top. The bottoms, the two subs, are 1,000 watts each. There are two 10-inch drivers in each, and they share the 1,000 watts. So total, with the three speakers that are there, is 3,000 watts. I do have a fourth, which is the other top, but I'm not using it in this video for a demonstration. That's actually in another location at this time. But anyway, the two subs are daisy chained. So from my output from my T1, which is the tone match that you see right there, the output is going into one of the F1 sub bottoms, and then the output from that sub is going to the input on the second sub, where that output from the second sub is going in to the 812. So it's out from the tone match into one sub, out from that sub into the second sub, out from the second sub up to the 812. So the two bottoms are daisy chain. They're side by side. You want them touching. You want them as close as you can get them. And the two subs at the bottom are 1,000 watts. So like I said, 3,000 watts of power. So with one sub, let's say, for instance, you're looking at 134 dB. That's what you're getting from the output on that one sub. When you daisy chain them, you're basically coupling, and you're adding anywhere between 3 and 6 dB. So you're doubling. Some people say you're doubling the amount of bass. It's not really. You're adding 3 to 6 dB. And when you place them against the wall to get a load, or in the alcove like I have there, they're in that alcove, you're getting anywhere between 6 and 9. You're adding more because the sub and the bass is working off of the wall. It's loading off of the wall. So when you have a DJ setup and you have a top and a bottom, let's say like what you see there, if I had my second top, you see DJs have a table with their rig set up, and they put one sub and one top on the left and one sub and one top on the right. Absolute worst setup you can possibly do. You shouldn't do that. Your subs will technically be only 4, maybe 6 feet away from each other. And what they end up doing is canceling out. Bose may not do that as much because of the way they design their speakers, but you're losing power. You're going to have these alleys of sound traveling to your dance floor. Whenever I set this up and I do a mobile, the way those subs are right now, I put those in front of my rig, and I put the two tops on stands, and they'll be 12 feet away. 6 feet on the other one side, 6 feet on the other side, and as far back as I can get them. So I don't want to lose the extra bass and punch that I get by coupling, and you shouldn't either. That way you have this alley going up the center and outward of your dance floor. But that's another day. I'm not even going to go into all of that. So I'm going to give you a sound check on those three coupled and into the alcove from my iPhone. The video that you're going to watch is from my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm going to turn that microphone on and turn this microphone off so that you can get a more realistic sound, a representation of the sound. You'll probably need your headphones, or if you have a nice system that your computer or your phone is hooked up to, so you can get a more realistic effect of how they actually sound. It'll probably be better. Just watching it, you probably won't get the clear representation. The microphone on the iPhone 14 is actually pretty good. That's why I'm deciding to use that in place of. So a quick breakdown: my mixer, my isolator, my RMX 1000, and the tone match. All of the settings are at the neutral position, 12 o'clock. The volume, I'm going to turn up to 5 o'clock, maybe higher. I'm going to start at 3 because it's already loud. And then I'm going to go up to 5 so you can see how much it's increasing. But I'll tell you now, even at 5 o'clock, the house is set at 5 or at 12. I'm looking at the numbers on the mixer. It says 5, but it's actually 12. And I'm going to go up to 12 on the actual output on that channel. But the thing is, nothing is clipping. Nothing is nowhere near clipping. I can probably go all the way up to 7 or 8 before I even hear anything that even resembles a clip. The subs, the volume on the subs, the output on the subs are turned all the way up to 12 o'clock. The top is turned up to 1 o'clock with still room. Even at 12 o'clock on the subs, as long as it's not clipping on the tone match or on my mixer, the subs are fine. They actually perform better at 12 o'clock. I'm sorry, at full open. They don't clip even after hours. Like I said, I've taken that particular setup with the other top out and done a lot of mobiles in big open spaces. I've had DJs like Naeem Johnson, Kim Lightfoot, Donna Edwards, other people play on this rig that I have set up right here on the Denons and another rotary, and have them play with just those 4 speakers, and the place would be packed. And all people kept saying was, I can't believe all of that sound is coming out of those little ass speakers. I got tired of the big boys, so I moved over to those. And when I tell you, they're nothing like conventional 18-inch powered woofers, where they tell you, oh, it's 1,000 watts or it's 2,000 watts, but it's really, that's the peak, that's the max. So you're not really pushing that amount of power, not without clipping or having an issue. But these, they really push 1,000 watts. So in this demonstration, when I hit play, all 4 of those subwoofers will work like one sub together. They'll all move and they'll all hit with the same punch. They're getting the exact same signal at the exact same time. So they literally harmonize and work as one sub. That's why you daisy chain. If they're too far apart and you're not running them that way, say you're running one on the left side and one on the right side, they're getting individual signals, and that can cause a reverberation and a cancellation. It kills the whole purpose of having more than one sub. Why would you do that? Have this going on and cancel each other out when you can put them together and they'll hit at the exact same time, increasing the amount of bass. As a house DJ, I want the bass. So when I drop the bass out and I come back, and I'm going to do that in the demonstration, you'll hear the difference. You'll feel the difference. The punch is there. So let me do the demo. I'm going to turn off my microphone that I'm here with, and then I'm going to turn the iPhone mic on. And like I said, I'm going to go to 3, and then I'm going to go to 5 or 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to play with the isolator just a little bit so you can get an idea. Let's do that. Okay, so like I said, I went from 3 on the volume all the way up to 5, which is basically halfway, 12. My volume on my rotary mixer goes up to 10. So I went halfway, I went to 5. I played around with the isolator, which is a full kill isolator on an Alpha recording system. This is a $4,000 mixer, $4,000 rotary. The output is insane. And then I go from my mixer into the tone match, which is what you're seeing over there. And from there, I go out to the F1s. And when I tell you I'm nowhere near clipping, they can take a whole lot more. And I can dial in the frequencies that I want to keep, increase, or eliminate with that tone match. It's a tiny little digital mixer. Has a great sound card in it. That sound card that's in there is what I use to do my live broadcast on Twitch. So when I tell you it's more than capable, tone match is a beast. If you're going to get you an external mixer in addition to your mixer that you're using in your rig, that's the way to go. Most mixers don't have great outputs, don't have great sound cards built into them. So it's always great to get you a mixing board. But for the money, you can't beat the tone match. And it doesn't just work with Bose, it'll work with anything you hook up to it. But because it's fully digital and has 4 channels, the amount of information that's in there for microphones and everything like that, it's a great little piece of kit. So again, that was the sound test from 2 Bose subs, the F1s, and I've had them since they first came out. It's probably going on, I want to say 7, maybe 8 years now. It's been a minute. But I haven't had any issues. They're light. They function really well. And the punch and the bass is just so warm. And I know I used my iPhone to give you a demo. It's still probably nowhere near as clean as a representation of what the sound sounds like. But I hope you get an idea at least. So I want to say thanks for watching. Stay tuned because my next video will be with my my sub 2s. If you look on my channel, you'll see I did a video with one sub 2 and the S1 Pro, just one, giving you a demo of that. But the next demo will be of all 4 of my sub 2s and 2 tops, so you can see what they sound like when they're stacked in stacks of 2, and when I daisy chain all 4 of the sub 2s together, which is phenomenal. The amount of punch and the amount of hit that comes out of those is so insane that you don't have to go anywhere near as loud as you normally would if you only had 2 subs, because 1 sub is 1,000 watts. 4 is 4,000. 1 sub is 138 dB by itself. And when you put 2 together and couple, you're basically doubling. So you're adding another 3 to 6 decibels. So when you double again, you can't double with 3. You have to double with 4. So when you put 4 of those subs together, you're not getting 3 to 6. You're getting 9 to maybe 12 extra dB. So you're talking 148 decibels. The amount of punch will just blow right through your chest, and it just hits so freaking hard. And if you put those up against a wall or near a corner and corner load those, and people think it's crazy when you go to because I'm a mobile DJ and I try to set up in a corner or near a wall, and I put all 4 of those subs in a corner near a wall, and they're like, why you put the speakers there? Why didn't you put them like on the sides? No, you damn amateurs, no. Don't take my word for it. Look up coupling subs or daisy chaining subs and how to position your speakers in a room when you play out. That's why when I set up, I ain't worried about nobody tripping over my cords, my cables, or nothing. But when that load hits that wall, it just fills the whole room. Everything starts shaking. Everything starts knocking. And I put my tops on stands and I spread those out. So the tops are up really high, tilted down a little, and facing the dance floor. Sound is coming from everywhere. The bass is coming from everywhere. But when I say it's bass, it's shattering glass and shaking. It's just insane. But I didn't invent this. I didn't create this. This has been done for years. Stop trying to invent shit. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video with the sub 2s, all 4 of them. Like I said, 2 stacks on each side so you can see what they sound like in the room. And then I'm going to daisy chain the 4 subs and let you really hear what those sound like. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Make sure you give me a like, a follow, whatever you want to do. Subscribe, because I got all these videos getting ready to come, which nobody seems to be doing for a DJ, from a DJ standpoint. Every time they talk about the Bose, they talk about it with the L32 or the L16 or the L8, which is what it's coupled to. And that's fine. But people really want to get the information. They're wondering why there aren't a lot of DJs buying the F series or the sub 2 series, because every time I see a video on YouTube, it's somebody with a guitar or a microphone or a band, and it has so much more capability than that. The smaller, lighter footprint, the heavy punch, the value that they hold and keep. It's a lot involved in setting up a PA system when you go out. From experience, I've seen other guys bring out 6 or 7 subs, and they don't even be the same sub. You can't couple a Yorkville with a EV and put them side by side. They're not the same speaker. It doesn't work like that. And they go, oh, I've been doing sound for years. It doesn't work like that. I just look at them like, oh, I believe you've been doing sound for years. Wrong for years. You can put all the speakers together you want. And have you ever noticed when they do that, they keep turning it up louder and louder and louder because they can't get the sound they want? It's because when you bought extra subs, you should have bought the exact same sub. because then they would daisy chain, they would couple, and they would work as one individual sub. If you have 4 Yamahas or 4 Yorkvilles side by side and had them daisy chain, your parties would be rocking because the bass coming out of those joints would be insane. But they bigger, they heavier. I'm not beat for that. I like a small, light setup, something portable. I can put it in one car and be set up in 10 minutes when I get to the performance that I'm going to do. And the compliments and the love that I get for the Bose systems, whether it's the F1 or the Sub 2s, I don't got to pat myself on the back. They do it for me. So like I said, stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you then.